right, hello everyone. Welcome back. My name is Paul Tranny. Hopefully you guys aren't sick of me. I've had to change shirts just so it kind of feels like it's a different person. So this is my third shirt today. Hopefully that's okay. Just keeping it fresh for you. And we're keeping it fresh this year as well because we're tackling design trends, optical illusions. You can see some of them flash behind me. Elements of nature. We're going to work with, as you've guessed it, typographic chaos. So that is the plan. It's going to get chaotic today, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks so much for hanging out. There we go. Let's just kind of zoom in on this and we'll get this party started, shall we? Okay, you guys get the idea. Again, I was just playing around with this. We'll have some fun with typographic chaos today, and it's going to be fun, guys. All right. If you are just joining me for the first time, go to behance.net/challenge/Illustrator. This is where you're going to get the file. No big deal. Oh, Space Kitten, you are too kind. Yeah, the goal is to show you some magic, some things that you do in 2 clicks that will make something magical, but the stuff that usually tends to stand out is the stuff where people put hard work into it. I think a lot of, anytime you're dealing with graphic design, a lot of it's the thought that goes into it as opposed to the hard work, pencil pushing, stuff like that. So when it comes to illustration, I feel like, wow, you really respect somebody's time that they put into something. Graphic design, you respect the thought that they put into it. So anyways, get started right there, click right there, and it will go ahead and you can download this file. As you can see, there we are. It's not too crazy. This is kind of what it looks like. Just some text in here, so feel free to start with your own. You can see I've added these little notes up here and then just like an example of some crazy text. Ian, you grew up in Denver, Colorado? Oh, come back. And now you're in San Francisco. San Francisco is the one place that I've probably been to the most in my life. I literally probably went there, I don't know. I've been there 1,000 times. It's my second home, basically. But we're going to create some abstract type using distort tools and filters and good old-fashioned vector pushing. So hello. Like Keith says, hello, illustrators. I dropped in some phrases as well, and I've done this before. You know, dang, you're amazing. Free your mind. A cut above. Groovify. Know your worth. Today's a good day to smile. You know, just a bunch of phrases, right? I think free your mind will be a fun phrase. And dang, you're amazing is also super fun. Okay. So, and other phrases I was actually working on. This is just a fun idea that I was kind of playing with. Is like your order of reads, and this is not done in the least, but it's like 2 phrases in one. I thought this was kind of me trying to be clever, but you know, ever wonder why dreams fade away? And then you also read it every day. Right, so again, the idea should be clever. The way we manipulate this type should exemplify what the type says. So the distortion. This one will be fun to play with because it's all about free your mind. And the rest will follow. Yeah, you feel it? Rick? Do you, it just like, yeah, that's funny. You totally hear that song, huh? As soon as I think of this phrase, I think of that as well. So let's do this. Kind of like dang, you're amazing, but we'll do free your mind. Okay. A number of fonts we can work with today. Ooh, I'm really into this already. Right off the bat, what do? Hide. Move this off to the side because this is already amazing. Look at that. Ah, such a good font. This is FS Kitty outline. Oh, I just lost it. And I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but this is actually a variable font. Okay, so we have free your mind. Looks pretty good. I shared this on Monday or the Monday before. But right over here, this is a variable font. So I can click right here and I can go and play with this outline from thick to thin, right? And what it's doing is it's rifling through different fonts with different weights, which is amazing. Right? Love this one. So this is FS Kitty. Let's go to the VF version. And we have 2 controls for this one. So check this out. We'll go to this variable box. We're going to change the shadow and the outline. So let's give it a shadow first off. Sweet. And then we can play with the outline as well. I love this. So much fun. Right? Super cool. FS Kitty VF trial. Once we have this font squared away, we can start to manipulate it. Notice if I change the color, it's really only going to change the outline. Okay. Which is maybe not what I want, my friends. Let's take this. So what do? We could do some manipulation with our different text tools. So if I just kind of wanted to move things around, I can go to my touch type tool. So before I break it apart, I can say, hey, you know what? Let's move this up like so. Let's try to integrate this a little bit more. Let's move this text over here. So click once to tap on it, you know, start to tighten it up like so. Okay. So that's what I'm doing right now, is adjusting accordingly to kind of get this in line. Let's get rid of those gaps. So you're playing with the kerning, the leading, and then also the rotation. All by using the touch type tool, which I'm totally into. So look at that, boop. And it's still a font, which is exactly what I want. A font is what you want. Maybe this will go down further. This one will go down. Everything kind of gets pushed up. These get pushed down. This one will go up. Right? Easy to work with. Right? So cool. So again, if I decide to, if my mind's now freed, notice how it's actually editable text. You guys get the idea. From there, I might consider actually creating outlines. So breaking it apart. It's now outlines. We'll do Command Y. We can see that it's just a bunch of outlines. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Angela. Love it. So hopefully, Angela, you're talking about the touch type tool that you're interested. That allows you to adjust the kerning, the leading, and the rotation of individual letters without breaking it apart. Okay. In this case, I actually needed to break it apart, right? Because I want to actually fill this with color because I wasn't able to, right? It was just changing the color of the stroke. So how can I fill it, right? What's one of the ways? Like, can I come in here and select that? And like, what happens is like, oh no, that's not what I want. Anytime and let me just show you transparency grid. Anytime there's like basically a shape and you want to fill the inside of it, this is what you do. Go right over here. We'll go to the live paint bucket right there. For the live paint bucket, we get a number of colors, and it's actually cycling through my swatches. So if I look at my swatches panel, right, it's cycling through all those colors. Does that make sense? I'll go all the way up. Oh, actually, it's just bouncing around. Let's go up to the top here. Let's click there. There we go. Because I want these colors. Love these bright colors. We'll get into this purple. We'll click. We'll fill that with purple. Teal. We'll go up to yellow. Fill that with yellow. So we'll fill it with this yellow. Pink. You get the idea. Pink. Pink. Let's get some green. Yellow in here. Yellow. Teal. Purple. Where's our purple? Bam. There we go. There's our lovely purple. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Free your mind, folks. Let's ungroup these. So this is what happens. Wade probably knows this. Oh, Becca's like, oh, I'm so glad this is helpful. She's like, do you know how many times I wish I had known this? Oh, so good to hear. Wasn't this amazing? Like, I really had to do no work just because the font was so amazing. Oh, and Christelle. Oh, so excited. Okay, so again, the paint bucket, that's what it does. It will go ahead and fill all these spots, any ones that you want. Okay. Now, once you fill them, if I go to click on them, notice they're all grouped together. So as I click on it, since I use this live paint bucket tool, it kind of groups them together and you need to expand them out. So click expand and ungroup, by the way. So that's what you need to do. You need to click expand and now you have access to that. This looks actually pretty good. So anytime I think something looks pretty good, I'll take that, you know, put it aside. Maybe this is my first version and here's like my next version that I'm gonna work on, because I want to play, and I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try something that I've done before. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's select this color, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Yeah, 5 colors, selecting them all. And you've seen me do this probably 1,000 times, but I absolutely love random swatches fill. So fill it with these random swatches colors. And then I can go through and kind of dial this in, because I know, you know, it got me part of the way there, but not all of the way there. Right? And that's what I want. There you go. Free your mind. Looks like, I don't know, candy gum. Is that easy to read? Do you like it? I kind of like this one better, because really the only job, really the main job of type is to convey something in writing, okay? So let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know, if you can't read it, it's not doing its job. So, but that looks pretty good. We can make this look more bubbly. Oh, thank you, Biola. Yes, I love the random swatches. So we can make this look like more bubbly. We can start to manipulate this some more. So I can select this, and you will go to maybe some distortion tools. So you'll make with mesh, just to show you what this looks like. This will be a, let's do a 2 by 2. No, 3 by 3. Maybe like that. 3 rows, 3 columns. And then we can start to manipulate these, and we can pull this up, and you can see what happens, right? So we're just distorting this text to make it look a little bit more abstract, right? A little bit more fun. Right? Okay, but that's not really making it bubbly. Okay, Space Kitten, where did I get this font? I might have gotten it from Variable Fonts, vfonts.org or something, but just do a search for FS Kitty. All right, so what it's doing is it's bending it on a flat plane, and that's not what I want. I want it to feel more bulbous and bubbly. So let's just take this, let's go into the envelope distort, and let's expand it. Right, so just go ahead and apply those changes so it's back to this lovely wireframe. And what I can do is I can, again, use a tool I've used plenty before. We want to bloat it out. Let's bloat it out right here. Here's bloat. It's underneath the width tool. We can select bloat. Okay, so right in here, we get the size of this that we can change, like I'm doing right now. If you hold down the Alt key, you're changing the size of this brush. And then if you hold down the Shift, you can constrain it. So Alt or Option if you're on a Mac, change it, and then you can make this look bulbous. But here's an even better way. For these tools, just double click on it, and you'll get the settings for it. Because this intensity is just way too intense. Let's take it down to 50. Okay. Like that, and now let's go ahead and just, it's still too intense. Let's take this down to 20. Oh, still too intense. Let's take this down to 5. There we go. That's what I want. Let's hide these lines. Let's come over here. Let's make this look a little more bulbous. This part as well. I'm just making it look a little bit bubbly, right? Let's make it bubbly right there, right? We're just bending those lines. Fun, right? Is this not fun? We're just having fun today in Illustrator. Free your mind, people. All right. What else does this need? Wade, you know what this needs. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but it's like bulbous and fun and feels round, but it's still that flat color. So what would we do next? We'd start to add some highlights, okay? So I would actually add a new layer, lock everything down, and just like with everything, we do this a couple different ways, but I'm going to use, let's try this. Let's try white. Let's make this smooth. Let's make this 20. Let's just draw a line like so. We're just going to experiment right now, because I want to make this easy for us. Here's my line. Let's change the stroke so it has the end caps that are nice and rounded like that. Okay, we could also round the corners. I typically just jump in and click both buttons. That right? Wade is like, it just needed it. It desperately needed it. We'll go into this opacity. We're going to change this to overlay or soft light. I don't know. I'm still torn on this as well. Like, is this doing it any favors? But what I can do with that set, and let's try this. Let's change the uniformity of it to use this width profile 1. Nope, doesn't work. This is what I would do. It's like the width profiles aren't working. Let's take the width tool over here. So the width tool will allow me to adjust the width just in the center and make it a little bigger. This is the shape that I want. Okay, we shrink that down and all that stuff. Okay, so everything I just did kind of gets stored because I have the appearance panel. It's like, hey, you know what? Ooh, actually, let's uncheck this. New art has basic appearance. No, I don't think so. New art is going to be the exact same as what you've previously drawn. So we go in here to this part, curve it around. You can see it does it with that same shape. So this is a situation where I'm thinking that overlay might not be the best color. Or the best blend mode. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Let's delete this. It's for some reason, there we go. Okay, so this is a huge thing that just kind of happened. So I think, I don't know what just happened. Anyways, yeah, ooh, this is, let's see if this works. Nope. Alrighty. Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, found it. All right, so I love it when things go wrong, because that's when I learn. So right in here, like I was having this situation where like it was set to overlay, but when I go in here, it's like, no, it's like, let's just change. So basically this can be set to normal, right? This is your opacity for the overall layer. But if we take a look at the appearance panel, we can have the stroke have an overlay mode, and that's what the situation was. Stroke was set to overlay, and the layer was set to normal. So anyways, just pointing out that you have opacity for both of those, and this is what I want. All right, let's move on. Let's hurry up and get this party done. Whoop. Right? Zoop. It's still a little thick, right? But we could put it anywhere where we have, where we think the highlight would be. And I can tell you already it's a little thick, but I'm just getting it in place initially, and then we can change it. There's our fun highlight. Yes, it's a little large, and the fact that it's the same color as the background is another issue I need to work out. But let's select all these. Let's drop down the opacity. And then go a little bit crazy. Yep, let's go a little bit crazy, folks. There we go. Take that down a little bit. There we go. We have our free your mind text. Slap it on a different color. Just putting it on a layer behind. And we'll pick this, for instance. There we go. So yeah, this is a situation that's happened multiple times now. I'm playing with the opacity of the fill and the layer. Let's fix that. Help me. I have to have it selected first. There we go. That hurt. That took a while, but you could see what I'm working on now. Okay. There you go. Do I ever use the blob brush? I will if I need to like fill in an outline of something, and maybe I just want part of it filled in. But the blob brush would be cool too. So next step for this, since it is, and geez, I'm running out of time. I would take some of this. Let's take this shape. Let's ungroup it. Right. I would start to create some overlap with these letters. Okay. Yeah, I would start to play with this depth, kind of moving these in like so. So they're all kind of like these letters are in front of these ones, right? Adjusting the depth of it. Making sure they're all on the same layer too. This one I did not outline, or excuse me, I didn't group these together, so that was the problem there. Group, okay, we got it done. I, N, D, there we go. And then probably offset it a little bit. So you read this as one line, because they're offset a little bit. Right? Is this fun? You guys having fun? I gave you a number of phrases that I want you to actually work with if you could, right? So as I did dang, you're amazing. That's another option. But feel free to take any one of those phrases, have some fun with it, break it apart, use the distortion tools like I just did, and have fun. And of course, once you're done, make sure you output it and post to Discord. And it would be cool to see what you come up with, right? So let's just select this. And fit to artwork bounds. No, I want to fit to selected artwork. There we go. Fitting that artboard to my selected artwork, and now I can export it out and post it to Discord. There it is. Free your mind, folks. Have fun, right? Kind of showing you ways to distort text without breaking it apart. But ultimately, to give you full control, yeah, you might need to break it apart. But just drop it into the challenge, the current challenge, and here we have typographic. Really fun. Chaos is what I call it, but it's really just fun. There we go. Boom. You get the idea. Show me what you're working on. Yeah, it's so stuck in my mind too. Thank you, Howard. I think Howard might be up next. I think he's pulling double duty today as well. Yes, he is up next. And then Kyle T. Webster, and then Kyle's up again. So you get a double dose of, then Howard is up again. But you get a double dose of the man. So you are lucky. It's a lucky Friday, and I'm thankful for you guys. Stay awesome. I appreciate ya. Show me what you're working with, what you're making, and we'll dive into some Adobe XD next. Thanks so much, everybody. Christelle and Lori and Andreas and Wade. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you shortly. Thanks for watching.